Okay, well, thank you for sharing that, Avina. Yes, I saw a few of these wonderful comments. So that's the purpose. The purpose is to create a sense of love. And you know, we vibrate. When we see images, we vibrate. It's all this is vibration, and we do vibrate as well at a certain level. And yeah, and you know why? Well, water is an excellent conductor of vibration or of love or electromagnetic electricity. It conducts this vibration of love. And so, do you know how many percent of water we made of? Well, we made of a minimum of 80% of water, which is an amazing amount of water. And I'll give you a little bit more details on what our body is made of in terms of water. So water is an essential and major component of all living matter. This is why it's important to know that through water we can express love, or we can at least the vibration is taken by the water. I'm going to show you that in a moment. I'm going to demonstrate that in a moment. Our brains are 76% of water. Our lungs are 90% of water. We think our lungs are air, right? Full of air, but no. It's like a lot of water in there to filter everything. Our blood is 84% of water, and then transport, and it's very important for transportation as well. Our blood plasma is 98% of water. The process for digestion, circulation, carries nutrients, regulates body temperature. So water is used for everything. It's life. So it's a very important part of life, and that's why I'm stressing it out. You know, there is an interesting work done by a guy called Masaru Emoto. Is a Japanese discoverer, I should say. I don't know if I should call him scientist, but he has observed the different crystals, and so he was taking a picture of crystals in different situations. So when you say something to somebody, because we're made out of water, when we say something to somebody, there is a reaction to the water, and by freezing the process, he could take a picture of it and see when you say love, I love you and thank you, you create a beautiful beautiful crystal. And the other hand, when you say you make me sick, then there is no crystal, there is absolutely nothing that is happening. So it's very interesting to observe that, and to have that Masaru Emoto who discovered that. Another example here of another crystal. It's when you say thank you, you have this crystal developing, and then when you say you fool, you have this type of picture showing up. So you see how important it is to use the right verbiage in order to really make a difference. So if we can observe that, that means when you say something to somebody, it feels the way it feels to the person. If you say I love you to somebody, the person obviously feels good. If you say you fool, the person feels bad. But there is a physical effect happening. So that was what is interesting. And you know, the love, the thank you and love and gratitude is a form of humility, and is one of our value on our website. So I would really encourage you to read upon it and see how you can integrate that in your life. Regarding this work, there is an experience you can do if you want. I really test it yourself. You're gonna put a rice, cooked rice, in a container, transparent container, glass container, with water, and you're gonna do that 3 times. One glass container. You're gonna say every day. You're gonna say I love you, or you're gonna give love attention. Okay. Then another glass, you are not going to pay attention at all. And then the other third glass, you're going to really say bad things, negative words, or have negative energy towards that third glass. Make sure that it's closed, they're hermetically closed, that there is no oxygen developed. And you'll see after a few weeks that the one that is where you say I love you all the time will remain white, and all the other one will become rotten. So, you know, don't believe me, just try it and test it, and do it long enough to see the difference. I have seen on YouTube, actually, there is a guy who have tested it and can show you the difference as well, so you can evaluate that. And as I said, don't believe it, just try it yourself. But you can also see with plants. When you give water to plants and you give attention and love to plants, they grow, they blossom. But if you have a negative energy, or if you really don't pay attention, even you water them, they're not going to grow as well, and they're going to really not. You can test with the same plant, and the same seeds, and you see the difference. So it's pretty amazing to observe these differences. Now, of course, it's not always easy to be in love. So what are the roadblocks of the expression of love? There are many roadblocks on our path that take us away from being in constant loving vibration or situation. So of course the stress, when we're stressed, when we have things to do, we don't have time to think of love. We just need to do and to be in action, and so we're not in the present moment. We're just into the doing instead of being in the being. Of course, life and big cities, distraction, take us away from being grounded and connected with ourselves. So we're always out there, but we're not often in there in order to pay attention to the love that is within and to be able to give it out. So that's an important piece as well. Paying bills, yes, we have to work and work to pay our bills, and it's part of that stress that is on us. So it's important to take time and to take time to pay your bills, for sure, but not only thinking of that, but try to manage your life in a way that you don't have that stress over you all the time. We have habits. We have habits. All we do is a lot with habits. So we have the habit of not being in love. We have the habit of not taking care of that love that is within us and expressing it. We have the habit of not saying I love you. That habit is in us for sure. So why don't you install some new habits? It takes about 21 days to create new habits. And so if we keep continuing to do the same thing the next few months, we're going to have the same results. So if you want to have a different results, well, you got to create new habits. That's how everything starts. Of course, resentment and bad experience or hatred towards people, towards situation, keep us away from being in touch with our love. So I'd like to hear from you what kind of other example you have that holds you back, or roadblocks that hold you back for being in the expression.
Okay, please, anyone, the floor is open. There are several people here who are in this room, which is wonderful. And so, anyone, Elsie, you just wrote that. I think one of the roadblocks that came to mind was when I've been hurt, or when people, but I'll speak for myself, when I've been hurt. So that would definitely be a roadblock for me in my expression of love. I'm sure there are others, but that's what I thought of right away. Anybody else?
Yes, worries is certainly, thank you Avina for your comment, and also as Elsie mentioned, worries or negative emotion is definitely a big part of these roadblocks, and also like Tara just mentioned, living in the past and not forgive. This is totally a roadblocks for the expression of love to be there. Anybody else who wants to either type or speak?
Yes. Yeah, I can mention that when we feel the other person is not listening to us, we don't feel as much love as when we feel that the other person has full focus on us.
Yes, that's so true. It's like the active listening is an act of love. So being able to be respectful enough to understand listening, and when I say active listening, right, it's not just, oh yeah, it comes in one ear and then go the other. So for sure. And here Josange is saying about getting judged by other